Vietnam is often associated with rice fields, tropical weather, buzzing motorbikes, and vibrant street food. But beyond these familiar images, the country is home to a lesser known yet fascinating world, the frog industry and its place in Vietnamese cuisine. Thanks to its humid climate and vast wetlands, Vietnam is a natural habitat for frogs, and over time this has shaped both a unique food culture and a growing agricultural sector. For centuries, frog meat has been part of everyday life in Vietnam, especially in rural areas. What was once night hunting in rice fields has gradually evolved into controlled farming, driven by rising demand and the popularity of frog dishes in local restaurants. Today, frogs are no longer just wild creatures from the fields, they are a regular ingredient on the table. In Vietnamese cuisine, eating frog is not considered exotic. It's normal, familiar, and deeply rooted in tradition. Frog meat, known locally as ech, appears on menus across the country, from street stalls to kosher restaurants. Its texture is often compared to chicken, but with a softer and more delicate bite. When cooked properly, it absorbs flavors exceptionally well, making it perfect for Vietnam's bold and aromatic cooking style. Most commonly, frog legs are stir-fried with garlic, chili, lemongrass, and fish sauce, filling the air with a rich, savory aroma. In many restaurants, frog meat is also deep-fried until crispy and served as a shared dish, often eaten with rice, herbs, and cold beer. These meals are social by nature. Friends sit together, talk, drink, and slowly enjoy the food. Frog meat is meant to be shared. The kind of table you see in this video is very typical in Vietnam. Two people sitting face to face, plates in the middle, hands reaching in, tasting, reacting, and talking. Frog dishes are usually placed at the center of the table, inviting everyone to take a place. It's not just about eating, it's about the experience. The sounds of chewing, the clinking of plates, and the quiet moments of approval after a good bite all tell their own story. Frog soup is another popular dish, often cooked with ginger, green onions, and local herbs. Many Vietnamese believe frog meat is nourishing and strengthening, especially good for recovery and overall health. Because of this, frog dishes are sometimes associated with comfort food rather than novelty. Restaurants that specialize in frog dishes are common in certain regions, particularly in the south. In these places, freshness is everything. Kitchens are often open, and customers can see how the food is prepared. For outsiders, this sense may feel intense or unusual, but for locals, they represent honesty and trust in food. What you see is what you eat. For travelers, eating frog in Vietnam often becomes a memorable moment. Many approach it with hesitation, only to be surprised by how familiar and enjoyable the taste is. Once the first bite is taken, the fear usually fades, replaced by curiosity and appreciation. Frog meat doesn't shock, it blends in. Behind these meals is a larger system. Frog farming has become an important source of income for many families, especially in the Mekong Delta. Controlled breeding helps protect wild populations while supplying restaurants and markets. This balance between traditional economy and sustainability continues to shape how frog meat reaches the table. In the end, the image of two people sharing a frog meal captures something essential about Vietnam. This is not about extreme food or shock value. It's about everyday culture, shared plates, and flavors that reflect a close relationship with nature. Eating frog in Vietnam is not a performance. It's simply life, served on a table, meant to be enjoyed together.